Hello and welcome to this week's Tots video. We will start off with our hello song. Hello everyone, hello everyone, hello everyone, it's good to see you here. This week we're starting a new series all about stories that Jesus told. Let's find out what this week's story is going to be about by looking in our bag. So what's in the bag? We've got a bottle of water. We've got a banana. And we have got, this was in here last week, we've got some medicine. Now, all these things are things that you can give to people if they need something. If somebody needs to feel better, you can give them some medicine. If somebody is hungry and needs some food, you can give them a banana. And if somebody is thirsty and needs a drink, you can give them some water. I think this week's story is going to be all about helping people who need things. Let's have a look.
Jesus often taught with parables. Those are stories that teach us something about ourselves, like the parable of the sheep and the goats.
I don't get it. What do sheep and goats have to do with us?
Well, it might help if you understand more about them. First, take sheep. Sheep can't really live on their own. They need a shepherd, and they know how much they need him. So they follow the shepherd closely, and they do what the shepherd says to do.
Aw, cute little sheep.
Right. Then you have the goats. Goats are stubborn. They do things their own way. They eat anything, even trash. They don't know how much they need the shepherd, so they don't always follow him.
Bad goats.
Exactly. So Jesus tells about a king who went away. But then the king comes back in glory with all the angels to sit on his throne.
Like Jesus. Jesus is coming back.
Right. Jesus was telling a true story about himself. He is coming back. And when he does, he will separate people like a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. Some people will go on his right.
Those people are like good sheep?
Yes. Jesus will say to the people on his right, "Hey, I know you. Come into my kingdom. When I was hungry, you fed me. When I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. And when I was a stranger, you invited me into your home. When I was in prison, you visited me."
Wow, they've been busy. When did they do all those things?
Jesus said when they did those things for the least of these, they were actually doing it for him.
Wait, the least of these? What's that supposed to mean?
It means everyone matters to God, and their needs matter to him too, even if they can't do anything for you in return or even pay you back.
So helping them is like helping Jesus in disguise?
Yep, exactly. Then Jesus will talk to the people on his left. Jesus will tell them to go away. Because when he was hungry, they didn't feed him. And when he was thirsty, they didn't give him anything to drink. And when he needed a place to stay, they didn't invite him in. And when he was in prison, they didn't visit.
Wait, why would anyone not help Jesus? Hey, I think I see where this is going. Does that mean those people on Jesus' left didn't help others who couldn't pay them back? They probably did things their own way, like goats.
Right. Jesus said when they ignored the needs of the least of these,
they ignored him. So if we want to do something great for Jesus,
we should do something great for people in need and care for them like Jesus does. After all, he's the shepherd. I'm the sheep.
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 That story was told by Jesus. We can find out all about Jesus in the Bible. That reminds me of our new key phrase. Some of you might remember this key phrase. We did it quite a long time ago when we were looking at other stories from the Bible. We need to get our hands and pretend to make some binoculars. And we say, "Look, look, look, it's our very special book. It's the Bible. Hooray!" Should we try that again? Look, 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 it's a very special book. It's the Bible. Hooray! Now, do you think we could do it really quietly? Okay, ready? Look, 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 it's a very special book. It's the Bible, hooray! Great. Shall we see if we can do it really loud? Okay, ready? Look, 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 it's a very special book. It's the Bible, hooray! Fantastic. Now, we're going to have a game. In the story this week, they were talking about sorting out the sheep and the goats. So we're going to play a game which I have called Sheep or Goat. Basically, I'm going to show you a picture and you basically just have to decide whether it is a sheep or a goat. Okay? Let's go. Start with a nice easy one. Is this a sheep or a goat? That's a sheep. Is this a sheep or a goat? That is a goat. Is this a sheep or a goat? That is a sheep. Is this a sheep or a goat? What do you think? That is a goat. Is this a sheep or a goat? That is a sheep. What about this one? Do we think is it a sheep or a goat? That is a goat. How about this one? Sheep or goat? That is a sheep. Next, this one. Sheep or goat? That's a goat. Sheep or goat? That one's a sheep. Sheep or goat? That's a goat. But sheep or goat? That is a sheep. And the last one, what do we think this is? Sheep or goat? That is also a sheep. How did you do? Did you get some of those right? Some of those were a bit tricky, weren't they? Sometimes goats and sheep can look quite similar. But if you were a farmer, you'd probably know the difference. Now it's time for our songs. This week we're going to have two songs again. The first song we're going to have is Jesus, You're My Superhero. Hopefully you should all know that one by now, so you can join in with the words and the actions. The second song that we're going to have this week is a new song that we've not done before. It's a song that should remind you all about our story. It's called I Just Want to Be a Sheep. Now this song has got a few words in it which you might not know what they mean. So before we listen to our songs, I'm just going to quickly explain to you a few things. So in our new song, they sing about being a hypocrite and not wanting to be a hypocrite. Now a hypocrite is somebody who says that they should do something and tells everybody to do something, but then they don't do it. So you might say that everyone should be kind to people, or that you should give people food when they're hungry, a bit like we heard in our story. But a hypocrite would probably see somebody that's hungry and not give them food, even if they told other people that they should do it. So that's what a hypocrite means. The other words in our song are Pharisees and Sadducees. Now these were people who were alive when Jesus was alive as well. So they were different groups of people, and although they knew who Jesus was, they knew him, they didn't really like him very much and they didn't want to follow him. They weren't very nice to him very often. And so when the song says that I don't want to be a Sadducee or a Pharisee, that's because they didn't follow Jesus. Okay, so now that you know those words a little bit, hopefully you can join in and sing them. The words will come up on the screen if you can read them, and have a good dance. It's a really good song to just dance to. There are also some actions for the chorus which I will quickly teach you. So when it says I just want to be a sheep, you can do this, some little sheep ears, and it goes ba 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 ba. Okay, so have a listen to that song as well and join in.
He's the one who makes the sun shine. He's the one who puts the moon in the sky. He's the one who hung the stars one by one. He's the one who makes the birds sing. He's the one who makes your dreams so high. He's the one who makes me smile. Day by day, Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Spider-Man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Superman. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Batman. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than anyone. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Bobby. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Action Man. Better than everyone. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. Don't wanna be a goat, nope. Don't wanna be a goat, nope. Haven't got any hope, nope. Don't wanna be a goat, nope. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. Don't wanna be a hypocrite. Don't wanna be a hypocrite. 'Cause they're not hip to it. Don't wanna be a hypocrite. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. see. Don't wanna be a Pharisee, 'cause they're not fair, you see. Don't wanna be a Pharisee. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. Don't wanna be a Sadducee. Don't wanna be a Sadducee, 'cause they're so sad, you see. Don't wanna be a Sadducee. I just wanna be a child of God. Just wanna be a child of God, walking the same path he trod. Just wanna be a child of God. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I just wanna be a sheep, ba, ba, ba.
Now it's time for our prayer. Dear Jesus, please help us to follow you like the sheep would follow a shepherd. Help us not to be goats and try and do our own thing, but help us to follow you and help you by helping other people who need things. Amen. Now it's time for our craft. So for this week's craft, we are going to be thinking about how Jesus said that we can help him when we help other people. So we're going to think about how we can use our hands to help other people. So you're going to get a bit of paper, and on the top, either you can write it or get a grown-up to write that I can use my hands to help others. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to get some paint and we're going to do some handprints. So we're going to make sure our hands get all nice and covered in the paint. And we'll just make sure there's paint all over. And then we're going to do our nice handprint on the paper. Okay, just like that. Oh, there we go. If you haven't got any paint at home, you could always just draw around your hand on another piece of coloured paper or something and then stick that down. And then, once that's dry, what we can do is, here's one I made earlier and it's all dry now. We could have a think about what we might do that we can help other people. So what we could do with our hands and how we can help them. So maybe we could take some food to the food bank for people who don't have any food, or perhaps if we know somebody that's feeling poorly, we could give them a cuddle. Or if we know somebody who hasn't got any clothes or any toys, we could give them some of ours. So what I'm going to do is we can take our hand print and we can write down some different things. Again, if you can't write it for yourself, maybe you could get a grown-up to help you. So I'm going to write give away clothes. Food to the food bank. Okay, there we go. And then you can write all over your hand some different ideas that you have. That's our craft for this week, and that is the end of this week's Tots session. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you again next week. Bye!